What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Reaction. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, we got a new video for y'all boys today. Look, man. It's called "What the Fuck Happened to the Phoenix Suns," man. What the fuck happened to my team, bro? What happened to my team? This video right here is gonna show us, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck is going on with the Suns, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? We gonna see what the fuck is going on with these niggas, and let's get straight to the video, and let's see if our championship window is closed.
When the Phoenix Suns lost to an NBL team in the preseason and Devin Booker pulled out that handy-dandy famous LeBron quote, I knew it was going to be a long season for Suns fans. For those of you that don't remember the quote for whatever reason, I'll put it on the screen right now. All I'm going to say is busting this one out for a preseason loss is a very interesting move. Now, to get a bit more serious, look, I know the Suns recently spoiled Steph's return, but let's be real. This season hasn't really been going as expected. Before the Suns' most recent win against the Warriors, this team had lost 6 straight. I know it's the NBA and losing streaks happen, but that still doesn't change the fact that from December 2nd to January 10th, that this team would go 6-15. That's a brutal stretch for any team, but especially for a team that has had championship aspirations and was actually pretty close to reaching those aspirations.
That was fun, bro. I remember.
That is before
Giannis
Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks happened. Here's a reminder that Giannis averaged 35.2 points, 13.2 rebounds, and
so nigga just had to remind us of what Giannis did.
Finals. Giannis absolutely dismantled and dominated the Suns, giving them a 50-point game to close everything out.
Nigga.
Now, though the Suns didn't win a championship that season, they were clearly a team with a ton to build off of that was trending in the right direction. The Suns would go on to set a franchise record in wins the following year, winning 64 games and only losing 18.
We was hooping.
The Suns did in the regular
supposed to be our year again.
Winning 64 wins was impressive. What they did in the postseason was the exact opposite. The Suns would get punked by a 4-seed Dallas Mavericks team who would be led by none other than the young playoff phenom Doncic. Phenom or not, there was no excuse for the way the Suns went out. According to ESPN Stats and Info, the Mavericks' 33-point Game 7 victory would be the second largest of its kind.
Nah, that was a bad week for me.
One other team
that was definitely a bad week for me.
Destroyed a team with the best record on the level that the Mavericks did. I don't know about you guys, but if I make history, I definitely want it to be for the right reasons. It was a brutal collapse for a team that was definitely capable of doing better. The 2022 playoffs were a mess for the Phoenix Suns, and unfortunately, that mess would spill into the offseason. Because when you get smacked like the Suns did, there's more than likely going to be fingers being pointed, tensions running high, and a desire for at least some type of change. Like, many people thought, I was one of those that thought that Ayton was gone.
Get his ass gone. Sorry, pussy nigga doing post hooks on Steph Curry. Like the fuck, bro?
Ayton go for nothing? No, but I definitely thought that Ayton would find himself in a new situation.
He need to get his ass on.
With the Suns matching Ayton's offer sheet, that wouldn't be the case.
Look at him, bro. Just miserable as fuck, bro.
Congratulations on obviously getting the deal. Just maybe your thoughts that now that you got that. Maybe what was your initial reaction?
He just looked pussy, man.
The Suns matched the Pacers off.
I was happy. It was all done, I guess.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
We get DeAndre Ayton giving us the most enthusiastic answer that I'd ever seen. Before I go any further, I really do want to say that I love Ayton. And it kind of sucks because I see him getting a lot of the same hate that Dwight Howard got back during his prime.
No.
If you don't like his game, I understand it.
Hold on, pause. We are not about to do that. No. Young Dwight was out here bodying shit, bro. Don't compare this nigga to young Dwight and how he's getting treated. This nigga ain't got no respect like that. This nigga's pussy, man. Let's get back to the video. Nigga doing, actually, but this nigga doing post hooks and fadeaways on Steph Curry, bro. And this nigga think that's, and then this nigga just said they're comparing him to how Dwight Howard was back in, hell no. Let's get back to the video.
Hating a player personally is just a bit silly. Though Ayton is one of the most talented bigs in the league, I really do understand the Suns' frustration with Ayton, and I'm an Ayton fan. He's a supremely talented player that could wreak havoc on both sides of the floor, but oftentimes he just decides to play on
Literally.
autopilot. Ayton has all of the tools to be one of the best bigs in the league, and he goes through stretches where he's flat
Literally.
out dominant. But a lot of times, the consistency just isn't there. You'll see Ayton have a 31 point and 7 rebound performance like the one against Washington, and then he'll follow it up with a 4-point performance that leaves everybody wondering where did all that talent go on some Space Jam stuff.
Literally.
With the Suns in search of a splash play to help get them over the hump this offseason, they find themselves in the middle of trade rumors for Kevin Durant. And for what felt like the entire process, they were actually favorites. Unfortunately, the Suns wouldn't be able to land Durant, who's now having one of the best seasons of his career at age 34, averaging 29.7 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. Now again, though the Suns wouldn't be able to land a Durant and lost guys like JaVale McGee and Aaron Holiday, they would be able to bring in guys like Dwayne Washington Jr., Damian Lee, John Landale, and Josh Okogie.
All three of them, bro. All four of them is hooping, bro.
Like much,
all three to four. Hold on, who we just named? All four of them is hooping right now.
They would need much more than just their roles out of these players.
They have,
in large part, due to injuries across the board. Against the Denver Nuggets, who the Suns recently lost to 126-97.
That's facts.
Had enough players out to form a pretty good starting five, if you ask me. Maybe even a starting five that would be capable of achieving the best record in the Western Conference. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, let's look at some of these players on this Suns injury report against the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, as you guys can guess, the injuries have been piling up.
Look, Chris Paul is always hurt.
Has especially been a rough one for Chris, as injuries aside, he's seen regression in his play early on in the season. That being said, Chris Paul is almost 38 years old, and while his game is aged beautifully, as we all know, Father Time is undefeated. Him taking steps back was bound to happen. Now, that's not to say that Chris won't put up some numbers in spurts like we've seen as recently as January 4th, or even have an uber positive impact in the near future, but as you get older and the injuries continue to pile up, that level of play becomes harder to maintain throughout a season. But of course, the Suns knew what they were signing up for after acquiring Chris Paul, being one of the surprise teams of the NBA bubble seasons ago. If you ask me, Chris has done a solid job thus far. The injuries suck, but what can you do? It's time for other players and maybe even the front office to step up, but we'll get there shortly. While the injuries have been tough, no injuries have hit this team harder than the ones to Devin Booker. Devin Booker has been carrying a large load for the Phoenix Suns all season. How heavy of a load are we talking, you ask? Well, check this out. This season, Devin Booker has been averaging 27.6 rebounds and 5.6 assists. And what I love is that he's been doing things so efficiently, shooting 47.7% from the field and 85% from the free throw line.
Literally.
I love a lot about Book. Another thing that I love is that he doesn't waste any movements. He's very decisive. He eats up drop coverage, and he keeps the defense on their toes at all times. Unfortunately, December 28th, Shams would report that Devin Booker would miss at least 4 weeks due to a left groin strain. Since December 18th, the Suns are third to last in offensive rating, with a rating of 109.5, only holding a better offensive rating than the Milwaukee Bucks and the LA Fitness Houston Rockets in that time span. And guys, don't be hurt. I say that as a major supporter of the Houston Rockets. Video coming soon, but
that's crazy,
Book
bro.
Healthy this season. The Suns are 18-11. Pretty good, right? Without a healthy Devin Booker, they're 3-11. Now, obviously, there's more to these numbers than just Devin Booker alone. Don't sleep on the impact
That's
of
horrible.
Cam Johnson, Shamet,
And even before Book got hurt, bro, we were number one seed, bro.
Yeah, guys, the Suns miss everybody, but they especially miss Devin Booker. Now, with me saying what I just said, I still don't think it would be the worst idea for the Suns to go out and get another piece.
My nigga to come back,
While
man.
watching the crafty Dwayne Washington drop 20 balls has been entertaining.
Damn, the Lakers almost better than us. Them niggas is us.
I talked about this a while back, but I think that a player like Kyle Kuzma, who the Suns are reportedly interested in, would be the perfect addition for this team. He's been stepping up all season in Washington. Did you guys see the game winner that he just hit against Chicago? Even though he's not a true number one, he has no problem filling in as one and carrying a regular season load for stretches. He's the kind of scorer that you love to have when you're short a few guys or even fully healthy. With so many players starting to miss a ridiculous amount of time, players who
look, man, the video cut off
during the regular season.
Look, man, the video cut off when I was recording. It was only like 57 seconds left anyway of the video. Look, bro, I love y'all boys. We got some more content dropping soon. It's your boy J Reacts, and I'm out this motherfucker. Yeah.